ho my, ho my, ho my. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai ona mea huna no awe mele ho mai ho mai ho mai ho mai ka iki mai luna mai ona mea huna no awe mele ho mai ho mai ho mai ho mai ka iki mai luna mai ona mea huna no awe mele Hele hoi akala o mauka o kona. Hele hoi o makai, wherever you come from. Kakaiaka e koma mai. Good morning and welcome, Unity Church of Kona. What a blessed morning it is and a blessed Sunday morning here in Hawaii. So thank you for joining us here. And as we like to start with prayer, the prayer chant from the Hawaiian culture is the Eomai. Asking the Great Spirit, beseeching the Great Spirit, Eomai, beseeching the Great Spirit for the wisdom of the story, the underlying meaning of the story, higher octave. And then, oh, Great Spirit, grant us the wisdoms of these experiences that come to us in our lives. With the wisdom, we don't have to repeat them over and over again. So we beseech the Great Spirit and our ancestors who dwell. And so as we start with prayer, let's continue to pray. For Heavenly Father, we thank you for the wonderful season of spring, for seeing with new eyes, and for this fresh new beginning in our hearts, and for the reminder of renewal that spring represents to us in this earth. We are excited and expectant of your goodness in this spring season. Prepare us for all the new and wonderful things you have for our lives. Help us to let go of the old things that hold us back, that do not bring us life and keep us living in the past. For this is a time for new growth and fresh fruit. May we be like a sprout in the garden, sprouting up in hope as we grow in you. Fortify us with strength as we burst forth into who we have been created to be in you. Change our vision so that we can see and love like you. Give us eyes that find the good things and that are full of compassion. Create a clean heart and renew a right spirit in us. We pray that we reflect and relate to this time of transformation. We will cling to our new identity and focus on potential and seeing your wondrous provisions and continue to spring forward in our journey with you. And so it is. Amen. Oh, thank you, God. Springing forward in this new day as we now have the mask restrictions, mandates kind of relaxed, and anybody feels comfortable without, you're more than welcome. If this is what you need to wear a mask, then please feel free. But it's time to come together. And as we get ready to start the service, I'd please like you to stand as we do our affirmations for the month, as well as the vision and mission statements here at the church. So the first is the vision statement together. We are one world family of oneness, peace, and love. And our mission is to inspire spiritual growth and service through the active practice of love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring the child as a child of God. And so we have our monthly affirmation of strength. So together, my friends, the power of God gives me strength, and I am strong in mind, body, and spirit. And so it is. And now it's time to do our opening songs while we're standing. So everybody stay standing, and we'll get our singers on board. We'll do our Stand Together by Faith Rivera. Here we go. Welcome, everyone.
Something great is happening, love is taking hold, and it won't let it go of us now. Something here is calling us forward, upward motions, we're drops in one ocean, roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live your dream of the highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness, let's stand together now. Ooh, oh, oh. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing. Feel your passion blazing and shine. Paint with every vision and dance in new directions. Explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today. Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live a dream of the highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness, let's stand together now. Ooh, oh, oh. Mm-hmm.
One dream,
one
voice,
one
heart,
one
world, one dream,
one
voice,
one
heart, one world.
Stand together,
one dream,
stand,
one voice,
stand,
one heart,
stand,
one world.
Stand together. Live a dream of the highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share gifts to the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness, let's stand together now.
Woohoo! Thank you, everybody.
Aloha.
While you're standing, look around and say hi to everybody in the sanctuary. And so some people like to give hugs, and now that it's kind of, oh, well, however close you want to get. But if you're joining us online, we'd like you to leave a comment in the comment section of the Facebook Live so we can formally greet you also, as we always like to do, guests and visitors with a great big aloha, and God bless you. Thank you for joining us here this morning. What a great start on a day. As we get started with just a few announcements, first and foremost, we are a prayer ministry. And as we all can download the YouPray app on our iPhones and Androids, and then you can send those prayer requests directly to Silent Unity. And when you do that, you can also receive many affirmations and meditations, and they pray over them for 30 consecutive days. We also have a prayer line here at the church. It's 808-322-0885, and or you can leave us a prayer request at the unityofkona@gmail.com. And so we all know the power of prayer, so utilizing the Unity prayer system, it's just incredible how powerful it really is. So let's send our thoughts and prayers out to everyone who may need it. If you have prayer requests here in the sanctuary, please fill out the form in the back. There's a prayer request box. We'll pray over them here. Our chaplains will take care of that and send them on to Silent Unity, where, again, they receive 30 days of continuous prayer. The prayer vigils in Lee Summit, Missouri. It's just an incredible operation over there. With that, a couple more announcements as we have our team member of the month, Mamie Bramlett. Thank you, Mamie. Mahalo, Mamie, for all your loving service and devotion to this ministry. Mamie's a longstanding member here at the Unity, and she's always willing to offer her times and talents and any support that is needed. She reviews the books and cleans up and fellowship after the fellowship, and regularly calls people and congregants and anybody that might need a check-in or wellness calls. She's amazing with this stuff and staying connected. And she was also on the nominating committee for the past 2 years. And so we are blessed to have Mamie here at the Unity of Kona. Thank you, Mamie. We love you. So we have a new song. We're getting ready to sing some different in our opening music. And so We Come Together is the song. And it's also now posted on the newsletter with the music and everything. And so you can practice the new song, We Come Together. We've been kind of practicing, but, come on, guys. We need to get together and practice this. But it's really kind of be fun as we start to break out and have people back in to try some new music again. And so let's see. What does it say here? Oh, April 10th after the service, we'll also be singing it on Easter Sunday. Okay, so get ready for the new music, everybody. Next week is first Sunday of the month, and that's our birthday Sunday, next Sunday, so please join us for that, as well as the healing service after the service. So the afternoon healing service starts at 12 o'clock, and we do sound bowls we're coming inside. So we'll be doing sound bowls in the sanctuary. We'll be able to actually put the microphones to them, and we also do Reiki. We have a couple Reiki masters that come in and offer that light healing. And so anybody with any kind of modalities, there are so many modalities, we don't want to exclude anybody. If you want to get involved, please do come next Sunday after service, 12 o'clock for the healing service, and all modalities are welcome. Also next Sunday, we're going to have a little potluck in between the service and the healing service. So please bring a little pot of something to share, as we would like to get together and have a little food with one another as part of that bonding that we do here at the church is to actually eat together. So welcome back, everybody. Here, away we go. Let's see. I think that's about it for my announcements. One other thing is join us for this. Service is also produced on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. And join us for the social hour immediately after service. That Zoom link will be posted on the Facebook page, as we're going to be upstairs and messing around. We do have some food up there today, too. So you're more than welcome to join us up top of the stairs for some snacks before we depart this week. And I believe that's it. And at this time, we've got coming live from Bastrop, Texas, Carla Seyer. She's going to do our daily word. Thank you, Carla.
Good morning, Unity of Kona. This is Sunday, March the 27th, 2022. The word for today is divine order. Divine order supports my life. Divine order is one of the great truths of life. It provides a foundation for all growth and a blueprint for all manifestation. Feeling stuck or bewildered is a sign that I am out of step with divine order. I pause, and with compassion for myself, I release thoughts of worry, impatience, and doubt. I remind myself of times when I wondered whether a hoped-for result would ever happen, only to realize in hindsight that foundational aspects had to be in place first. Remembering this helps me be patient and trusting now. I affirm I cooperate with divine order. It is established in my life now. I listen with my mind and heart, trusting that I will discern my path one step at a time. The verse for today is, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own insights. Proverbs 3:5.
Thank you, Carla. The word is divine order. The affirmation, divine order supports my life. Together, divine order supports my life. And so it is. What an amazing way to start the week with a beautiful Sunday service, prayer, and visualization. So get comfortable in your seats right now as we visualize. Visualize the sanctuary and visualize the sanctuary of your soul. See this as a beautiful heart. And now feel the loving energy of those around you. Feel the loving energy of those around you flowing in and through you. See this loving energy flowing around every person, every being on this earth and in this world. And if you know of anyone in your life or in this world in need of prayer, see them right now in the center of this most beautiful, beautiful, loving heart. And now we'll say together the prayer for protection. For the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. So it is. Thank you, God. And now we have special music this Sunday morning, Benty Bailey. So I'd like to welcome Benty Bailey to the piano as she comes up here to share some of her wonderful talents. Thank you, Benty. You might have to fudge with the tones and stuff. Yeah. So we'll all be patient because this is like, okay, let's get the piano set up. Sound a little funny. Yeah.
Now it is. Good morning. It's so lovely to be back here with you this morning. All right. So it was lovely to start with that prayer where we close our eyes and we, visualize where we are, right? We visualize those that need prayer here and all over the world. We want to see the Lord. And how do we see the Lord? Through the eyes of your heart. Oh, that's good. I'm keeping that one. I'm going to steal that one from you. Through the eyes of your heart. I see the Lord through the eyes of my heart. There's a song in there somewhere. I see the Lord. I see the Lord through the eyes of my heart. Yep, that's okay. All right. Well, okay. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Oh, man. All right, let's see how this goes. I see the Lord seated on the throne, exalted, and the thread of his throne fills. I'm gonna sing. We'll work out the piano, but I'm gonna sing without it today. Yeah, next time. It's all good. We'll get it next time, and I can bring my own keyboard now. Yeah, a cappella this time. I see the Lord seated on the throne, exalted, and the train of his robe fills the temples with glory, and the whole earth is filled, and the whole earth is filled, and the whole earth is filled with his glory. exalted, and the train of his robe fills the temple with glory, and the whole earth is filled, and the whole earth is filled, and the whole earth is filled with his glory. And we sing, holy, 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 holy is the Lord of Lords.
You don't need that piano. Yeah. Thank you, Benty. What a beautiful voice. What an honor it is to have you here. Sharing some of the local music here at our church is truly an honor. And as we move into our service today, it's my honor to introduce to you guys, most of the people know him here, Larry Seyer. Larry Seyer sits on the board of directors, and he does so much work on the board and then everything else that he does. He's set up all the new passwords in the church, and he's also got the new Dropbox and created folders containing all the important documents and keeping us all in order. He's handling also the sound system and downloaded all the church soundtracks for the music and for the interfaith concerts. He's also solo musician for several years. Well, he's 10-time Grammy Award winner, so it's a real honor to introduce Larry Seyer as our guest speaker today. Larry's talking about viewing the world through different eyes, and so we could all use a little bit of different perspectives of things. So it's my pleasure to introduce Larry Seyer. Here we go.
Aloha, Unity of Kona. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. I would like to start with a meditation. If everyone would just get comfortable in their seat or their chair or wherever they are, close your eyes, and let's take a journey together into peace and harmony. As we relax and close our eyes and let the thoughts of today leave our mind, we sink into the relaxing, comforting place where fear resides not, where total peace fills our every whim. We allow the showering of this peaceful feeling to rain down upon us like a warm shower. Feel it as if you're standing underneath the shower head. Warm water flows from the top of your head down to the side of your face, over your shoulders, gently warming every part of your body. As it travels now down further, past your arms, your hands, your chest, your abdomen. Feel the warmth, feel the peace gently trickle across every pore of your body. it travels further down now, past your hips, onto your thighs, then your knees, down to the very bottom of your ankles, feet, toes. Such a warm, warm feeling. And as we experience this warmth and this relaxing, comforting feeling, we feel it soak into the pores of our body. We feel it enriching every corner of our existence is filled with this radiant, beautiful peace. We feel the warmth inside our chest. We feel the warmth within the palms of our hands. We feel the warmth within the soles of our feet. And we call forth more peace through the top of our head. With each passing moment, we experience deeper and deeper relaxation. The peace encompasses our entire existence. We love that peace. Don't you love that feeling? Yes, we love that feeling. We give thanks for the peace in our lives. As we experience this quiet and this wonderful sensation, we are going to allow ourselves to return to this peaceful place at any time of our choosing. Peace is not limited to right now in this place during this meditation. Peace can be experienced at any time. Remember this now. Remember this peace. Remember the flow, the everlasting forever flow from the top of your head over every pore of your body, down through your feet. This peace is yours, and you can claim it at any time. And now, we will remain silent for a few minutes to fully experience the peace. We give thanks for this peace. As you slowly return to the awareness of where you are, we gently open our eyes, take a breath, stretch out, and say thank you. Thank you. Hi there. Welcome to my studio. We're going to take a little trip together. So join me as we explore the inner workings of our mind. I'd like to thank Miss Carla for reading the Daily Word today. Thank you. I found this quote today on Facebook by Emily McDowell. It says, "Finding yourself is not really how it works. You aren't a $10 bill in last year's winter's coat pocket. You are also not lost. Your true self is right there, buried under cultural conditioning." And we're going to talk about that today. "Other people's opinions and inaccurate conclusions you drew of yourself as a kid that became your beliefs about who you are." We're going to deal with that directly today. Finding yourself is actually returning to yourself, an unlearning, an excavation, a remembering who you were before the world got its hands on you. Thank you, Emily. Before I get started, I want to say, aloha! Always wanted to say that. I'm a kid with toys. I'm sorry. I have to play. The subject of today's talk is viewing the world with different eyes. Well, before we could do that, we had to find out how the eyes work and how our vision works. So we're going to dive a little deeper into that and find out exactly what I mean by that. But I guess the first question to answer is, why is this important? Well, many of us have stress, and we want to reduce the amount of stress in our lives. Well, why do we want to do that? Well, because through studies, actually there was a study done at Yale University, that stress limits our lifespan. And it says a stressful lifestyle can affect our health at the DNA level. We all have a biological clock. Mine's ticking, yours ticking, we're all ticking. Many factors affect this clock. Research indicates that chronic stress shortens our lifespan. So it's in our best interest to reduce as much stress in our lives as we can. And stress comes from conflicts, situations, life events, things when we least expect it, we get upset about things. So today we're going to look at ways to be able to deal with the stress, how to look at the world differently, so that what you see doesn't trigger a response that increases your stress. And believe it or not, it may be a surprise to you, but we are in control of how much stress is in our lives. It's not outside of us, it's us that is in charge. And we're going to talk about that and how that's true today. So when do we need these skills? Well, you would think that you would need them 24/7, and you would be right. But a lot of people, when they go to church and they attend seminars or they deal with these kind of things, they work on the situation right then and there, and then when they go back into the world, they forget about what they're doing and they don't apply what they learned. So we don't need these skills just here in church, and we don't need it when we're only feeling comfortable. We need these when things have hit the fan, so to speak. We need to remember how to deal with our stress levels right in the middle of the hardest conflicts we can experience. That's when we need to remember these things. All of this work is internal. It has nothing to do with the people you're around. It has nothing to do with the situation in the world. It has absolutely everything to do with what's going on internally in your thinking process at the time you're experiencing these events. In order to do this, it's going to take courage, though. We're going to take steps into areas of our lives where most people don't want to go. They're afraid to go there. It's like, I don't want to think about that stuff. And they'd rather just go on their merry way and watch television or listen, whatever, be happy about their lives. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that in order to reduce the amount of stress, there is work that has to be done. It has to be done internally with each of us. So let's look at some of the steps of how vision works, because this all relates to our stress levels. So I'm going to take this in a few different steps, and we'll cover them fairly detailed, but hopefully it'll be fun. Now, vision is not limited to your eyes. Vision is actually everything that your senses take in that you coagulate into that is a description of an event. So all 5 of our senses, our eyes, which take in reflections of light, our ears, which takes in reflections of sound, sonic vibrations, our nose and tongue, which just it's chemical reactions to things, and our skin, which reacts to physical environments. Those are sensations. There's no emotion tied to them, but we tie emotion to those things. And this is the skill we're going to learn, is to separate the triggering of those things into events. It will take practice. We're not going to learn this in one day. It's going to take practice and every day. Many people believe that the brain does the thinking, and really it doesn't. The brain is more like a central processing unit, more like a point where all the signals from all the different senses come together and they hook into the brain. So it receives all the signals from the eyes and the ears and the nose and the skin and all that good stuff. And it also handles our automatic bodily function. Our brain does. I mean, it's a very important tool or organ. But the brain is actually controlled by the mind, which is not a physical thing. The mind is, you can think of it as an energy field that is in direct contact with the brain, and the brain responds to mind. I'm making a clear distinction here. The brain is not mind. The mind controls the brain. And many people make the mistake if they think that, well, I must be the mind then. I am that thing that's the mind. I am the all-controlling mind. Actually, you're a lot more than that. You are that which controls the mind. You are what I refer to as the chooser. The second step is to remember how our brain works. So the brain is a tool. It's not something that's in control of you. It's something that you control. And its primary function is to filter out things for you and do things for you. Filter out things that are not important and do things automatically for you. So you don't have to think about them. It takes some events and it classifies them as noise and just puts them back over here and for later retrieval if we need them. But it's really just an organ or a tool that sits there and waits for commands from mind. And remember, we're in control of mind. We are the chooser. We control mind. We may be focusing on school, our relationships, our work, or what we have for lunch, or what we're going to have for supper. So the brain is filtering for us. Remember, the brain is a filter tool. It is the filter. It's filtering things for us. It's taking care of our automatic bodily functions. It's actually moving our legs for us. We don't have to decide which leg goes first or whatever. It's all done for us. So we can focus on other things. But it constantly awaits for commands from mind on what to do. In summary, the senses see everything, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, and the senses report that through the brain to the mind. These are just tools. They are not you. You are the chooser. You are the one that are in control of these tools. The most important thing you can get out of this section right here is that you are in control of your mind. The mind is not in control of you. You are in control because you are the chooser. And the other thing to remember is the mind is not you. The mind is something you have. The brain is something you have. And your senses and your body is something you have. You are the chooser. You're the one that sits in the heart of God. You are very important, the most loving entity in the whole world. You are the very essence of love. That's what you are. You are love incarnate. And you have been given all these tools at your disposal to experience life with. So mind is a tool, just like the senses in the brain. But this may be the most misunderstood thing humans go through, is they think that they are the result of the things that happen to them. But I'm going to prove to you today it's not true. You are the chooser, and you decide. We are the pure essence of God energy. Never forget that. Always remember that. You are the most important thing in the entire universe. The essence of you, that part of you that is love, that is light, that chooser, the chooser, which is you, is a limitless spirit. It lives in the very heart of God. This leads us to step 3, and that's remembering how memory works. If we're in the middle of a conflict, we got to remember how our memory actually works. When we see something for the first time, our bodily sensations are associated with the event that we're experiencing. And these senses act as an anchor or an index to the event. Now, what is an anchor? Anchoring comes from neuro-linguistic programming. And it's sort of a bookmark into the psychological state that we have or feeling. How many people have actually dealt with Alzheimer's patients? Are friends or relatives that have Alzheimer's? I have a very good friend, probably my closest friend, who now has Alzheimer's. And it breaks my heart, because we can go spend time together and he asks me the same questions. We talk about the same things, but it's okay. I know who he is. I know who's in that shell, and I want to be with my friend. So we spend time together regardless of that. But we can be talking about something, and in the span of 5 minutes, he'll bring the subject up again as if it's never been discussed. And I just assume that it's fine, it's okay. Alzheimer's is such a heartbreaking disease. But it happens because the brain has lost its ability to recall memories. And it no longer has that ability to sort and recall, to store and recall in an efficient manner. It has nothing to do with the chooser. The chooser lives outside here. It has nothing to do with the mind, actually. It's just a brain function. So the tool is damaged. So, and you also see this sort of thing happens whenever you deal with stroke victims. Like, I have a couple relatives, I won't mention their names, and they both had strokes. They both are smokers. And after they had their stroke, they forgot they smoked. And I remember Carla telling the rest of her relatives, she said, "Don't you dare tell anybody they smoked. Don't let them forget it." And isn't that convenient that we can forget addictive behaviors too? So we have the ability to forget addictive behaviors, but the key to this thing is we gotta make the choice. We gotta make the decision. We gotta choose that we want to change. Since we attach meaning to all these memories and these things, we are the one that attach the meanings. Remember, we attach the meaning. We attach it as a form of anchoring, as a way of remembering. We place the meaning of events onto those events. We decide that. It's not decided for us. We decide that. We're the chooser, remember? These events seem very real, and they are real, but our reactions to them are of our choosing. Our choosing. We choose how to react. So we place, in a sense, we place artificial value on them, because as a memory event or as an event, it has no meaning except for what we give it, right? to view the world differently, we must release our attachment to the memories we have, because we experience conflict because of past events and past judgments we've made either on ourselves or someone else, right? So we're going to have to look deep in ourselves for those judgments we've made and those things that we may be wrong about. And if we think about it, since we've placed the meaning on all of our memories, every one of them, since we are the chooser of the meaning, we could have chosen incorrectly. Isn't it possible we could have chosen the wrong thing? Isn't it possible that we could believe something to be completely true and then find out later it's not true? In other words, just because we believe something to be true does not make it true. It may be true for us, but it doesn't make it true in the grand sense of things. So in that sense, truth is a constant. But our opinions about truth and our judgment about truth and our thoughts about it can change. A friend of mine said that truth is a constant. It shines like the sun on everyone, liars and oracles. It doesn't matter if we know about truth or not. It just exists, right? We can be ignorant of the truth. We can ignore the truth. And we can believe something about something that is maybe true or not. So our beliefs have nothing to do with truth. Well, why are we spending so much time on beliefs? I want to share this concept that you may have beliefs about yourself that are simply not true. In fact, I know all of us do. All of us have beliefs about ourselves that are not true. And we've placed these beliefs on ourselves because of events and things that have happened in our past. And unfortunately, our beliefs about ourselves affects how we react in every situation, including the conflicts, including those times when we are triggered. Because our beliefs is actually what causes us to be triggered. We believe our false beliefs about ourselves, and because we believe that, and somebody else is providing us with the opportunity to prove that we are right, then, then I must be right. What I think about myself must be true. What I think must be true. It's a justification. But it may or may not be true. In fact, I want to state that it probably isn't true. Some of the false beliefs we have about ourselves are horrible, like I'm not good enough, or I make mistakes, or I can't do it, or I'm just sharing some examples about false beliefs about ourselves. I'm a slow learner. I can't do that. Well, they can do that because they're special and I'm different. Those are false beliefs about ourselves. And these are the beliefs that we have to look inside of ourselves and correct and call them out for what they are. They're lies. They're not true. You got to let those go. They're lies. You sit at the right hand of God. You are the Spirit, eternal, limitless in its power. You can choose to believe things that are not true because you are an all-powerful being. But wake up. To believe you're anything less than perfect is a lie. It's simply a lie. Remember, just because we believe something doesn't make it true. I want to share with you an absolute truth. This is an absolute truth, and you can take this to the bank. Nothing is against us. Everything is for us. Everything is for our greatest good. Absolutely everything. There's no exceptions. Our beliefs do not change these facts, but our beliefs can deny us the experience of them. So we must change our beliefs. We must go inside and look at the false beliefs we have for ourselves. So let me recap. Our senses produce signals. Our brain receives those signals. The mind responds to our will, the chooser. We are the chooser. We control mind via our will. And most importantly, we attach meaning to the entire process. We make the meaning up for ourselves. We are the chooser. We choose the meaning we will have. We form beliefs based on the meaning we give to the events in our lives. This is done mostly subconsciously and automatically, which is why we need to sit quietly, go inside, and find out what our false beliefs are. When we're feeling stressed or in conflict, do this. First, stop. Before you react, before you say anything, before you do anything, stop. Take control of your emotions. Remember, your emotions are a choice because you are the chooser. Recognize that whatever you're feeling right now will pass. Emotions always change. That's why they're false. They're not a constant. Emotions always change and they will pass. So no matter what you're feeling, take control of yourself. Let it sit there. Be calm, relax, and then look inside of yourself. Instead of looking out to the person you're having a conflict with or the event that's going on in the world or the television set or whatever you're upset about, instead of looking at that and say, that's the reason I'm upset, stop. Let's just stop that. Look inside. Are there any false beliefs? What do I have? What do I believe about that could possibly be false? Am I looking at this with unclouded eyes? Am I looking at it with unclouded eyes? Be honest with yourself. Am I afraid? Am I afraid that if I don't lash out, somebody's going to come and get me? Somebody's going to hurt me? Is that belief buried in there? Are you afraid that somebody might find out something about you? All these things we need to find out are inside. Go inside. We need to go inside and find the answers to these questions. You have to be totally honest with yourself, and you have to look at it with the biggest courage you could ever muster up, because this takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to look at your deepest, darkest secrets, your biggest fears. Imagine your biggest fear, and it's going to be more scarier than that. You got to look at it because it's so deeply rooted in our psyche. We have buried it very successfully to the point where it affects our actions and our reactions to everything. So once we have done that, once you have stopped, and once you've looked inside, is there a belief in me that I'm believing falsely about myself? The next and the third step is very important, and that is to listen. Be quiet and listen. Listen for your internal guidance. Remember, you sit at the right hand of God. You are an eternal, powerful being. We need only be quiet. Be still an instant. Return home. Let the source that knows everything guide you. Listen for the truth for the situation. Recognize it. Know that the truth never attacks. It never attacks. It's always loving, forgiving, and accepting. Be courageous. Don't listen to the fear. And if fear comes up, recognize the fear will pass. It's just an emotion. It will change. It will go. And then if you have any judgments about anyone or anything or the situation, Let them go. Let the judgments go. Whether or not you have the judgments for them or yourself or the world events, whatever they are, just let those go. The final step in this whole process is to give thanks. It sounds so ridiculous to say this sometimes to some people, but it's absolutely true. You must thank the person you are in conflict with. Once you have let it go, once you have forgiven, once you have released, once the emotions have passed, once everything is gone, the final step is to thank the person you're in conflict with, because without their contribution, you would not have taken the time to find out what it was inside that you were believing that was false. The person you are in conflict with, or the situation, or the world, or whatever you're upset about, has provided you with the opportunity to grow past your false beliefs. It's provided you with an opportunity to correct an incorrect decision you made about yourself. Never attack the person you're in conflict with. Be grateful for their presence. Be gentle with yourself. This is going to take time. It's a process. But trust the process. It will work. There will come a time when you understand that the false beliefs that you believed about yourself will be all let go. And no matter what happens in your life, you can be in the middle of the greatest conflict the world has ever experienced, and you will look at it peacefully, lovingly, and grateful. In essence, you will see the truth. And what is the truth? Nothing is against you, and everything is for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Larry Seyer. And it's like, it just reminds me of growing up. My father said, there's no such thing as a bad experience. If you've learned anything at all, it gives it the value to grow from. And so God bless you, Larry. Thank you for joining us. And now's the time in our service where we take our gifts and offerings and we remember the service and everybody that provides. And as we hold those gifts and offerings in our hands, we'll do our offertory prayer. It should be on the screen. For divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way. And so it is. There are many ways to tithe here at the service. We have the tithing bowl in the back of the sanctuary. There's also going to be a QR code on the screen, and so please make your donations any way that works for you. And now we have some more lovely, lively music from Benty. Come on, Benty. Woo. We appreciate you so much coming in. Are we going to try this again? Or are you gonna... Okay, all right. Okay. You want to adjust the... That's the rhythm she wants. Yeah.
Yeah, on the one. Yep. And if you have a shaker, that'll keep it going too. I like that. Your name is great. I'm not ashamed to say it. Your name is great. I'll shout it and proclaim it. Your name is great, Lord, and greatly to be praised. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Your name is great. I'm not afraid to say it. Your name is great. I'll shout it and proclaim it. Your name is great, Lord, and greatly to be praised. Everybody, we're going to sing. Jesus, I'm not afraid to say it. Jesus, I'll shout it and proclaim it. Jesus, no other word above the name of Jesus. Let's sing it, Jesus, Jesus. I'm not afraid to shout it, yeah. Jesus, well, I'll shout it and proclaim it. Jesus, no other word above the name of Jesus. Your name is great. I'm not afraid to say it. Your name is great. I'll shout it and proclaim it. Well, your name is great, Lord, and greatly to be praised. Hey, we're going to get the band together next Sunday. And I'll sing you the song ahead of time. Thank you for thinking on your feet. Thank you for having me. What a blessed congregation you have. You just feel the love in here, no matter how large, how small, you know. What a beautiful service you have, and what a fabulous space you've created. Yeah. So thank you for pushing love out there into the universe. I appreciate being here. Thank you.
And we push that love everywhere we go. Thank you so much, Benty. God bless you and your family. Thanks for bringing them all into this morning. Now's the time where we like to bless these offerings. For we know that through Spirit, we do know that as we give, so shall we receive. And now we dedicate and consecrate these gifts to do your will, your work in this ministry and in our lives. And so it is. Amen. And so we'll hold each other in our hearts and our hands as we get ready to do our closing songs. You're more than welcome to stand and make a circle. If you're joining us online, please stand if you'd like also. As we do Let There Be Peace on Earth and Aloha Oi. Tune back in next week and feel free to tell your friends about the Facebook event. The service will remain viewable. Unity of Kona's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Next Sunday speaker, Reverend Sophia Falke. Her topic is Blessed is the one who draws forth wisdom. Where does wisdom come from? Why do some people seem to have more wise than others? And where in your life would you like to be more powerfully exercise your wisdom muscle? This music next week will be Joe Condi. Musicians on board, and away we go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Now, don't forget, my friends, learn from every moment and be the thinker, okay? All right, and so until we see you again, we'll do Aloha Oi.
Aloha Oi, Aloha Oi, Eke ona ona no Ikalipo. One fond embrace, until we meet again.
Hui ho, aloha.
Aloha.
God bless you, everyone. Hey, Dondi, you got a little bit of music to go out with? Yeah. Why don't you give me one of those Hawaiian songs you were singing earlier, bro?
That sounds good.
All right. And if you know the song, sing along with us as we get going here. Oh, okay. We had so much fun. You guys got to come back in now. We want to see the whole church fill up with all the loving faces and the joy for everybody. There you go. A little more room there. All right.
Okay.
What you got going there, Don?
Honolulu.
Honolulu, baby. Oh, that's your favorite song. You come over and do this one. This is your song. Yeah, he's going to do it. I don't know this one as well as you do.
I seem to hear the Polly calling me. I seem to hear the beef at Waikiki. And from Pacific Heights, I seem to see the light of a city that is very dear to me. I seem to see the waving sugar cane, the cocoa palms all nodding in the rain. In fancy I am led back to dear old Diamond Head. Honolulu, I'll be coming back again.
One more time, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I seem to hear the Polly calling me. I seem to hear the surf at Waikiki. And from Pacific Heights, I seem to see the light of a city that is very dear to me. I seem to see the waving sugar cane, the cocoa palms all nodding in the rain. In fancy I am led back to dear old Diamond Head. Honolulu, I am coming back again. Honolulu, I am coming back again.
Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you very much.